I reached a point where my faith felt like it was falling apart, and I was afraid of what that meant for my relationship with God. I had real questions, real doubts, and silence that scared me. People told me to just have more faith, but I needed honest answers, not cliches. So I opened my Bible with fear in my heart, hoping God would still meet me there. I started asking the hard questions about pain, about unanswered prayer, about why God feels far sometimes. I wondered if this journey meant I was losing my faith entirely. What surprised me was that God never pushed me away for questioning Him. Instead, I felt Him gently drawing me in, inviting me to explore deeper. I learned that doubt is not the enemy of faith, pretending is. God would rather have my honest questions than fake confidence. When I looked at the life of Jesus, I realized He welcomed people who wrestled with their beliefs. He never mocked Thomas. He met him where he was. My breaking point came when I asked God why He allowed so much pain in my life. I felt like my world was cracking, but that crack is where His light entered. Slowly, I realized that deconstructing my faith was not about destroying everything. It was about removing what was never true in the first place. I had mixed culture with Christianity, expectation with truth. God showed me that my faith was not built on the perfection of the church or the behavior of people. It was built on Jesus Himself, who never changes. I stopped basing my faith on feelings alone, because feelings rise and fall like waves. I started rooting my trust in God's character, not my emotional climate. Scripture became the place where God rebuilt me piece by piece. Every verse felt like a brick that strengthened what was once weak. I realized God is not intimidated by honest searching. The very questions I thought would push me away ended up pulling me closer. In prayer, I finally admitted that I did not have all the answers. God whispered to my spirit that faith is not having everything figured out. It is trusting the one who does. My journey showed me that God is not fragile, and my doubts never threatened Him. If anything, they opened space for a deeper, more authentic relationship. I stayed because Jesus never left me, even when my faith felt like it was slipping through my fingers. His love held me, His truth anchored me, and His presence remade me. I stayed because the gospel is still powerful, still true, and still the only thing that gives real hope. When everything else shook, Jesus remained my rock. I stayed because even in my lowest moments, something in me kept whispering that God is not done with my story. And I believe that more now than ever. My faith did not survive because I was strong. It survived because God was patient with me. And if you are wrestling right now, He will be patient with you too.